and wellness. I'm your host, Coach Monica. I'm joined today by Coach Darcy, and we are here to guide you through the ins and outs of a lifestyle that's transformed not just our lives, but the lives of countless women navigating the waves of perimenopause and menopause. Whether you're here to shed weight, understand your body better, or simply find a community that gets it, you're in the right place. So sit back and enjoy the next few minutes as we tackle the hot issues of today. Good morning, everybody. It's good to see you on this Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Coach Darcy is joining us today, as always, and we are recording from a different space. So we're gonna do a trial. You got a different background behind you because you're on vacation, aren't you?
If that's what you want to call it. We're still working.
Working from a different office.
This is our different office.
Oh.
The boys are on fall break.
Do you feel more relaxed or you feel more stressed today?
I feel more stressed today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because
I could see why.
I'm working in a tiny little house. The boys are like, "Hey, this is a tiny little house. Remember that it's a tiny little house," and they're reminding us that we're working. Mark's working next door.
It's kind of like those people that I do not understand for the life of me is these camping people.
Yeah.
They're like, they buy this really big camper and then they go where there's no stuff, like no plumbing. That is not a vacation to me. Yeah. So you're a step above that.
I was gonna say we have plumbing.
Yeah.
It's just it's a downgrade of our space and
a
teaching lesson.
Exactly. Yeah. Be grateful for your big house when you get back home, right?
Yeah. So,
well, welcome everybody. Tuesday morning. We're here every Tuesday morning at 11. We're a little bit late this morning because we had to take a couple of calls. But we're excited about today's live because we get to kind of give you a sneak preview into our lives and into this practice. Things are changing and they're changing rapidly. And Coach Darcy and I have been on a journey. It's been a really interesting journey. I have learned more about myself in the last couple of weeks than I have known the entire time of my weight loss journey. And it's been exciting. It's been really, really exciting. And every time I learn something, I'm texting Darcy saying, "Oh my gosh, look at this, look at that." And she'll text me. And so we are on this train that is going really fast, but we are so excited because I really truly believe that this is a game changer for our practice and for our clients, because what we thought we knew, we don't know so much when we really dig into the data. And so we're going to announce something today, a really exciting turn that our practice is taking. And I think it's going to change the lives of so many people. So we're just going to take today and kind of talk about what we've been through and where the program is going. Nothing is changing when it comes to weight loss. We are a weight loss company. We believe that you are living your best life when you are metabolically healthy. And I think, Darcy, that's where we're going to start today, because a lot of people, when you say metabolic health or metabolically healthy or insulin sensitive, or we did a test that we took our followers through where we mentioned some words, and the words don't necessarily mean what we think they mean. And yet they're the most important words on your weight loss health journey. And so we're going to kind of define some things and maybe talk about what we think they mean, but what they really mean. And the first one is metabolically healthy. That's a nice, pretty word, but people don't know what it means. So we're going to talk about that today. And we're going to talk about the number one fat storing hormone that a lot of people think when you say this word, oh, they have diabetes. No, that's not what it means. So we're going to define some things. We're going to talk about things that we have discovered on this data-driven weight loss journey, and then we're going to invite you into something very exciting. So, let's talk about, Darcy, when I say to you this client is not metabolically healthy. What the heck does that mean?
Well, it more than likely means that their insides are on the struggle bus.
Mhm.
It means that they are potentially on either on the verge of the doctor saying, "Hey, I'm going to put you on medication." It's also a way of your body saying, "Hey, something's not right here," and you kind of know it. Like you know that something's not right, so that's why you go to the doctor. So metabolic is basically whether your body is on the like working properly and everything's functioning well together,
Right.
or the other end of metabolically unhealthy is when you are leaning towards those medicines that those
Mhm.
doctors are going to push on you,
Right.
whether it be high blood pressure or for
Diabetes.
diabetes or brain fog
Mhm.
or what have you. It's if your body is not working properly together.
Yeah. And typically, when somebody is diagnosed with, say, type 2 diabetes or they're pre-diabetic, it has happened 10 years before you get that diagnosis. And so when you are metabolically healthy, your organs, your cellular structure, everything is in alignment. Your everything communicates with each other. This is why I hate medicine today. And in fact, it's been proven that medicine broke down the day that they separated our body parts. The day that we had specialized medicine. That's great. Let's say you're looking at your pinky finger, right? You're looking at your pinky finger, you've got something wrong with it. Well, that is connected with another issue. That is it's all connected. And if you don't hit the root problem, you're only going to cover. You're only going to put a band-aid on that pinky. What we believe is when you are metabolically healthy, everything is functioning together and you can fix the root. I don't know how many clients we have who have a whole list of medications, and those medications have side effects that another medication is needed to fix that side effect. The GLP-1 is a great example of that.
Hmm.
There are, we want to bring down the weight and we want to medicate, our bodies with this GLP-1 when in fact, it's the gut that's broken. It is the what we're going to talk about today, the insulin sensitivity, the um the it's the root. When we can fix the root, we heal our bodies, right?
Right.
And so that's what we're here to talk about today. We are really on to something. Everything is based around insulin and your insulin sensitivity. And when that is out of whack, we have a whole host of things that we can fix. So, Darcy, do you want to talk about what we're doing? Give us a picture of what you're going through right now, then I'll kinda give my picture of what we're doing, and then we'll talk about how we're gonna bring this into the practice.
Okay. Well, what I am doing is because I've been carnivore for this last month, right? I have had questions on, well, what does it look like through my ketones, through my
Mhm.
glucose? What does it look like on the inside? What is my body doing? And how is my sleep affecting all of these things that I'm doing for
Mhm.
metabolic health?
Mhm.
And before when I was keto, like I had been focused on, okay, well, there's these things I have questions about. I
Mhm.
want to know why this food is spiking my glucose and why is this food kicking me out of ketosis? All
Mhm.
these things, all these questions. So
Our clients panic sometimes when we
yeah,
say, you can have these things," and then their weight loss stalls, and they're like, "But
yeah,
you told me if I ate this," when the fact of the matter is that food is not serving them well.
right,
So keto has a really bad name because of this.
right,
Because if it's labeled a keto food, and I'm not even using that term anymore. When it's labeled a keto food and it's spiking your insulin, causing you to gain weight, there's a problem. Well, that's because our bodies are different. And we're
right.
finding that. You and I are finding that on the CGM journey that we're on.
Hmm.
Things affect people differently. So if we have a magnifying glass into our clients' true data, we're able to coach them. We're able to say, hey, this is not working for you. So we don't have any negative foods. Only negative foods that we have on this new program is no sugar, no ultra processed foods, and no seed oils. Those are the
Right.
only off limit foods. So, what have you found? You put yours on what, 2 weeks ago? Has it been 2 weeks yet?
I believe I'm going on my second week,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm catching myself on where I was headed.
Yeah.
I've actually had people come up to me and say, "Oh, what's this?" Like they're
Mm-hmm.
always
Mm-hmm.
curious. So they're already asking me, "Well, are you diabetic?" Like
Mm-hmm.
so they're associating this with
Yes.
diabetes, which is very interesting. So this is my findings. Like
Yeah.
if for me, people watch me. They watch everything they do. They ask me questions. My response has been, I this is not necessarily for people with diabetes. This is for people that are curious about how foods affect them.
Yes.
So what I've noticed being carnivore in this past week has just blown my mind away in the fact that it's actually very consistent.
Mm-hmm.
It moves,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not as if I were potentially keto.
Mm-hmm.
In comparison to yours,
Yeah.
we have right now we have a brand that has certain, like if you have certain spikes, it's called I don't know, what is it called? It's called, well, it's just a spike. So
Mm-hmm.
every spike that you have, it clumps those into numbers. I have had
Mm-hmm.
0 of
Yeah.
those,
Yeah.
and
Well, that
for
is a
you,
specific company
it
terminology.
is,
We were
yeah.
testing the
That's
lingo products, so that's something that they use. We're not going to use that.
right.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it's,
was
it's your
talking
numbers.
around it.
Yeah, I saw you going into that, and I
Right.
apologize.
So
I had to take care of a spam issue, so my head got a little bit separated there. I had to block somebody. But yeah, that's exactly. So when you eat any food, your body puts this in data form. It's how fast your sugar spikes and how long that stays spiked. Okay. That is a way that you can tell how metabolically flexible you are. And the bigger spikes don't necessarily mean something bad. If you stay between 70 and 140, not a bad thing. It's something that you want to happen. But it's how long does it stay spiked? Because that is your pancreas and how hard your pancreas is working. When your pancreas has to work hard and for a long time, that's when you become insulin resistant. And
mhm,
insulin resistance is what makes it hard for you to lose weight. And so the goal of using the CGM is to become metabolically flexible so that you can eat something maybe a little bit more starchy than you normally, than say a quote keto food says you can't eat. Here's an
right.
example. I went at a dinner this week with some politicians, and of course, you eat what they serve, right? And so I look down at my plate and I see this chicken, I see veggies, and I see this baked potato. Well, baked potato is off the quote keto list because that is a high starchy food. Well, what happened with my potato? Because I ate it, I had my CGM on, I wanted to test that. What happened was we had a little tiny spike. It didn't even go over the 120 mark. It was 106, and it came right back down. When I saw those numbers, I got teary-eyed, honestly, because I hadn't had a potato in so long, and I didn't know what that would do to my system. And when I saw that quick spike and right back down again, excuse me, I realized all the work I had been doing the last 8 years, the work that you've been doing, was literally healing my body. I have become somebody who is metabolically flexible. My sugar does what it's supposed to because we can't not have insulin, right? We have to
Mhm,
have insulin because the insulin has a job to carry the glucose to our cells, to our brain, to give us the energy, to take away the brain fog, all of those things. But when we have too much, it's like you're holding a teacup and you're pouring tea into a cup that's full. It has nowhere to go. So, what it does is that sugar goes and builds fat cells to protect you. It's all about protection. But when you use it and you abuse it so long, you become insulin resistant. But what I found this week was I am now insulin sensitive. And now my body's using that insulin in the correct way. And this equals weight loss. When you
right.
have your numbers in the lower mark, you are in fat burning mode. And so we're able to tell you right on the spot what your body's doing. What is the most interesting thing that you've found, Darcy, this week?
That I'm pretty straight and narrow. Actually, no, I'll take that back. Straight and narrow until I eat a stick of butter, and then not
Ah,
not a stick. Okay,
yes, I know
a
what you mean.
tablespoon of butter. I don't want our audience to think, oh, she eats a stick of butter. No, I eat a tablespoon of butter, and my glucose levels drop. Like if it's on the higher end for me, it's
Mhm,
like my highest right now is 80.
mhm.
If I eat that, it drops.
Yeah,
It's amazing how demonized healthy fat is, and
right.
in fact, this could be a good answer on why our society has become insulin resistant
Yeah,
because we are not eating enough fat.
right.
And so I think that that is, not only are we not feeding our brain, which is 75% fat,
Mhm,
but I think that's the start of it.
mhm.
That and the ultra processed foods.
Yeah,
But I have learned that through my sleep, through what I do with carnivore, I can see visually like
yeah,
how beneficial it is for my glucose levels.
yeah.
And when I
And you
eat
can see
that,
it live. Like,
yeah,
you
and
eat something, 5 minutes later, it's on there.
right,
You can't argue with data, right? It is
right.
like instant answers to your questions. Now, if I had a redo for that, because the same thing goes with protein, right? The same thing goes, the fat, I think, is a little bit more powerful, but protein is also something that will bring your sugars down. And
Mhm.
so, if I had a redo for that night, I would eat the potato first, and then I would eat the chicken. And I would want to
Right,
see, what does that do to my glucose? What does that do to my what does the spike look like if I eat my potato first?
right.
Amazing science. And we teach this stuff. Well, you and I have taught this stuff for, 8 years now. But to see it live, I was like, I was gonna call you. The governor was speaking at the time when I looked at my numbers, because I can't stop looking at it. And I was gonna call you, but it would have been rude of me to do that, because I was so excited to see this
Yep,
is live data.
yeah,
And if we have this live data when we work with our clients' lives are gonna change, because
right,
we can see, "Hey, this was not serving me well." Or,
right.
"Hey, if I add some fat here," like you said, add a tablespoon of butter to, what do you put that on? Like, when you add a tablespoon of butter, what do you
I
don't
just
just eat
eat
it,
it.
do you? You just
I
eat it.
do.
That's like our mother.
I just it's not my favorite texture. I have
Uh-uh.
to pretend like it's chocolate.
Oh,
Um,
oh. I just put it on the steak and let it melt.
no, like if I've already eaten my protein, I'm for some reason like that meat choice did not satisfy me. Like if I
Mhm.
chose chicken
Yeah.
instead, or an egg in that morning,
Mhm.
I will, and I'm having a hankering, and then I'll go into my fridge and I'll pluck one of my already cut out
Yeah.
cold butters. I
Uh-huh.
would not eat it warm.
Uh-uh.
And then, yeah, I pretend like it's like mousse, so then I don't get weirded
Okay.
out by the texture,
Yeah.
but that's what I do,
Yeah.
and
Put it on
that
your
helps.
broccoli. You're
Yeah,
carnivore, so you can't do that, but put it on your whatever,
right.
however you mix your meal with fat and with protein, you're gonna keep your levels down.
Mhm,
So, we've created a program based on our research and based on what we're living. We don't ever put a client through something that we have not done. In fact, I'm getting ready next week to change glucose meters. I'm going to go to Stelo right now, and I'm gonna compare the two and see how they work. We're going to use Stelo with our clients, and we're going to use that program, because the cool thing about that is we can live see what they're doing. I
mhm,
can log into my client's data saying, "Hey, you had a spike here. Let's talk about that. What did you have? What did you have before?" The other cool thing that I learned in one of my experiments this week was I had a really rough night of sleep. I don't usually have rough nights of sleep, so it's hard for me to test my sleep when everybody says, "Are you sleeping well?" Well, of course I am. Well, I had a really rough one because I check it on my watch. And the next morning, I woke up and my sugar was 106. That was really high, and I'm like, "What in the world? What did I do? Did I get up and eat a Snickers bar in the middle of the night? What did I do?" I looked at my sleep, and boom, I only had 6 hours of sleep that night. It was a really rough night, and it was all jaggedy, and I didn't have a continuous. That is number 1. When you're going through a stress, interesting data, if you have a fight with your spouse, you can watch your sugar go way up and stay. And I was listening to a podcast this week, and she was doing that test with one of her clients, and she said, the client had a fight with their spouse, and it stayed high until they resolved it.
Oh,
And you could watch it go down. And so we are ready to put data into our clients,
yeah.
into their treatment plan, because when we can see live what is happening in our clients' lives, we can give them, apologize, there must be a mailman at the door and the dog is barking. Apologize for that. But when we can see it live, what's happening, we're better able to coach them. Whereas we coach our clients blindly right now. We
Mhm.
have a set of foods that are, what we say, quote, keto. What does that mean in the long run? Well, what it means is, how is your insulin spiking, right? So, Darcy, talk to me about one of the exciting things that you are looking forward to when we work with a client on a CGM.
I'm looking forward to having the information faster. Like you said, we would have an idea and a list of things that, if they were stalled,
Mhm.
or if, they were stressed out, think if all of those lists added up, I think that we're going to be able to pinpoint, okay, it was
Mhm.
actually this food that's spiking you,
Mhm.
or it's this that's causing your hormones to be out of whack. There's a lot of like results that are going to become a lot faster. And
Yeah.
also knowing, okay, what you're sensitive to. We have some clients where I'm guessing, usually it's dairy. I will usually guess that, it's the dairy that's causing their glucose to be out of whack or to stall their body for some reason. And normally I'm right, but
Mhm. But
it's like
sometimes we're wrong and we got to do
sometimes,
step 2.
and maybe it's just a season that they need to take
Mhm.
a certain food item out. But
Yes.
I think the biggest thing is it's going to help us get a result a lot faster
Yeah.
than using our
Yes.
our thinkers.
You say the word season, and that is perfect for where I want to go with this, because
Yeah.
the word season is so important in this, because a lot of times clients will be like, Monica, can I never have a potato again? Can I never have veggies again? These carrots, or I love them. Can I never have them again? And my results of my potato, Thursday night was no. When you heal your body, when you become insulin sensitive and your body is trained to go into fat burning mode, and your body is trained because you've healed it metabolically, root cause, AKA, right?
Mhm.
It is possible that as you heal, you're not going to have those spikes anymore, because your pancreas has healed, because your insulin knows how much to release. It knows you're not going to go crazy with the Snickers bar. It knows. And so you've healed. And that was what's so exciting to me on Thursday, because I'm like, I lost 130 pounds, and that's a great thing. That's a visible thing, but anybody can do that. You can be on a GLP-1 and do that. You can be on a starvation diet and lose 130 pounds, but you're not metabolically healing, which means it's not long term.
Right.
What that showed me was, you know what? Every once in a while, I now can put a potato in. I now can do this because my body is healed. Now, the key is patience, because I've been on my journey 8 years. You've been on your journey, what, 6 years? Um, how fast you heal from your insulin resistance is how damaged you were. So it may be 3 months, it may be 18 months before you are insulin sensitive again. That is why you don't want to take the CGM and loosey goosey test everything, because number one in three of us is a sugar addict, right? Carb addict, one in three of us. So you got that problem. You've got the addiction factor, you've got the emotional eating factor, you've got the stress factor, you've got all of these things that are going to let you, hey, I'm going to just do this because I'm stressed. Or when you go into metabolically functioning mindset, you're different, because
Mhm.
you look at this data and you say, that did not serve me well. This is why I feel so bad after this food. So, seasons of what we start you out with is not where you're going to end once you're healed. And that
Right.
is the coolest thing about the human body. I know I'm a data person, I'm a nerd, and I love seeing these things. But when you experience it, after losing 130 pounds, that was exciting. But what was more exciting to me was that potato, was
Right.
that, my gosh, my body really is healed. So that is what we are super excited about. And it's going to give us live data with our clients, where we don't have to waste 3 or 4 weeks to find out why you're spiking, why you're not losing weight. We know right now, because the data doesn't lie. And the data is not diet.
Right.
right?
And another thing that this CGM is going to help with our clients is it's going to give them peace knowing that there's those scary words that the doctors like to use
Mhm.
of, being pre-diabetic, diabetic, insulin resistant, all the words that we're using, they
Mhm.
like to use those words as scare tactics.
Mhm.
And this gives you a peace of mind
Yeah,
to
you're in
know that
charge.
your body naturally makes a cholesterol. Did you know that? It's supposed
Yeah,
to have cholesterol.
right.
Your body naturally makes insulin for wake up hormone for
Mhm.
it naturally uses cortisol to wake you up. That's
Mhm.
when you wake up in the morning. Your cortisol needs to be, spiked
Mhm.
for that very purpose, but
Yeah,
not to stay spiked.
right.
So that's we are focused on like moderation
Yeah,
in the proper way, like
yeah.
letting your body utilize all of these hormones and chemicals that are being used
Mhm.
and all of these things that supposed to function
Yeah, yeah.
in the proper way. And so you're going to be at peace knowing, yeah,
Mhm.
my body has cholesterol and
Mhm.
it's the good cholesterol and it's utilizing it in the right way.
Right.
And we can't just, I don't think that we could just start somebody out in a place that we are, though. That's the biggest
No,
thing of what you're
no.
saying is that when somebody joins a program like this, you can't expect to be in the season that we are in because we are
Right.
in a maintenance season.
Right.
And
Their numbers
that's,
are gonna be higher than ours.
yeah,
Right.
you're
Right.
so somebody like next to you that has higher numbers
Mhm.
may not be able to have that potato like you're saying. So
Right.
just
Yeah.
knowing that the food choices eventually will get you to
Mhm.
that we encourage you to eat in different seasons that you
Yeah.
are on in your journey will help you
Yeah.
better understand where you are and
Yeah.
how fast you're healing.
So let's talk about the spikes that we see because
Yeah.
now you're carnivore, so yours have been, and we're kind of flipping because I'm going carnivore and you're going kind of more keto here eventually. So my spikes look different than yours. Yours have been very, very, very steady where they're supposed to be, as a carnivore. Some of my spikes, and again, spikes are not bad. Spikes, your body's doing your thing. It's releasing the insulin. It's getting the sugar into the cells to feed your brain. It's doing its thing. And so I remember the first spike that I saw, I'm like, "Oh, yes, it's supposed to come right down." It doesn't. That's another cool thing about your body is you spike that insulin, you spike that glucose up, it goes up and it comes down, but sometimes it goes a little bit back up and a little bit back down. It kind of looks like a mountain range versus a mountain, right? And
Hmm.
so I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm doing something wrong." No, what happens is when you spike your insulin, your body releases the insulin, it comes down because it's regulating, and then your body releases some more to keep your body regulated. And so those natural bumps all the way down to base where you start, that's normal. It's how long are those spikes? How long does it stay up? We don't want it to stay up. That is when we're dealing with some overstimulation of insulin. And so all of those things that we're learning is life changing. When we put a client into our 12-week program, we go bottom line. We want that set line to be way down low. You're going to have spikes, you're going to have a lot of funny things that happen to it, but we put you on an insulin friendly food list so that you know what to eat. And then we try some things. I think it's week 8 or week 9 where we do a potato test. We want to see what happens physically to your body because we can see right then how insulin sensitive you are. And so we put that in there. There's no longer what we call a keto Bible. I don't like that term anymore because berries are in the keto Bible. So lowest glycemic index fruit, right? Lowest sugar. But somebody who is very insulin resistant can't take those. And it doesn't serve them well. And so I'm really excited that we're going to be launching our insulin friendly food list. So we start the client there. We put a CGM on you. We give you labs. This is unheard of. The lab, we want you to have a baseline data report on your labs. And we took our labs based on Dr. Berry and Kim Howerton's book, Common Sense Labs. If you can see it. We built the lab list of things that you need to have done yearly. We get you a baseline. And so in 6 months, you can get those retested and find out what is literally happening to your body. Your A1C is not a number that is accurate. Your glucose, your Your daily numbers are what matters. Your A1C is a great test, but that's not very accurate. It's a moment in time. Whereas we look at a big picture. We look at what your body's doing every single day, which builds up to that number. But a lot of times people will take that and they'll be like, that's accurate. And it's not necessarily accurate. Grab Dr. Berry's book if you don't have it, because in those lab reports that we get for you, you will be able to translate them into optimal numbers, not the numbers that Big Pharma gives you. Big Pharma wants to medicate you, so they adjust those numbers. Dr. Berry gives the optimal numbers, and that's where we want to see our clients. So, yes, they do, Sancy. Doctors live by the A1C, not necessarily a picture of your health, for sure. It's one we watch. It's like a temperature gauge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody comes to me with a 12. I know we got a lot of work to do.
You know, it's funny that you reminded me. One doctor told Mark, I think it was, when he was getting his labs in, like, hey, if you drink a whole bunch of water in a fasted state, and then come to get your labs done, then you can alter this number. I feel like it was his fasting glucose number and that equals his A1C or something like that. But they know that these numbers are farce. Like
Yeah.
they know that they're
Yeah.
not, like when you get them done, it changes so much and how you
Mhm.
can alter it in that moment. So
Right.
it makes me wonder a lot. Like,
You
why
know,
are we? Yeah,
it's time we take our health back into our own hands. Don't just accept the
yeah.
medications that your doctors are giving you. Ask questions. I love the statement that you use on about our new program. Be curious,
Hmm.
right? When you put the CGM on your arm, it's like having a coach 24/7. It's like taking Coach Darcy and myself with you to your house, and we constantly are telling you, "Hey, you're doing great. You're not doing so great." It's a coach. Now, the caution we give our clients is those numbers, like Darcy said, they change as your body heals. They change, and um, so we want to be very cautious of, say you have a long spike and you have, oh, I failed. I might as well cheat. It's not working. I might as well cheat. And so we say these numbers give us a temperature, give us a gauge as to where you are, but we're not looking for perfection through this. We're looking for metabolic healing, and we're looking for you to become healthy from the root out. And so you can't manage what you can't see, right?
Right.
And the CGMs, it shows everything: life, food, stress, sleep. It shows how those foods impact your metabolism. And so having the data is not a diet, and so we are super, super excited about what we're bringing into the practice. We're going to still have our weight loss, keto coaching. That's not ever going to change because it works.
Yeah.
But we want to put power in your hands while you're doing it. We want to put this into your own hands and the knowledge into your own hands so that you can be 8 years later and I got another spam. Hold on. I
What's up?
apparently
What's
I
up with the?
apparently can't. Hold on.
Oh, look at
Block
this, the
user on
same one.
Facebook. I
Hey,
apologize. There's
you know
somebody.
what?
Hmm.
We should speak into this
All right, you
because
go for it.
what we are
I
doing
blocked her
here
already.
is we are not focused on products. Other than the
No.
CGM, that's the only product that's helping us see what's going on the inside. But we do not need to depend
Mm-mm.
on herbs or medicines or any of these things that people are trying to sell you.
Nope.
So
Nope.
this is our own body being able to function on whole foods
Yeah.
the way God created it to be. And the only reason why there are all of these symptoms and signs that people are trying to say, oh, you could get rid of this, this, and this, and this, and this. Like, it depends on the foods that you're putting in your body. Like,
Uh-huh.
let's heal it naturally, the actually natural way versus
Yeah.
products.
Yeah.
What is up
Yeah.
with
I
like
don't know, but it messed me up the first time, and they came in under a different
oh,
name. Yeah.
that's
Something about
amazing.
herpes.
Yeah.
Lovely. Sorry, but
Don't.
not sorry. You're blocked.
Yeah. So there's
Oh,
preventatives from all of those things,
yeah.
and we are able to heal ourselves. God created our
Yeah.
bodies to be able to heal
Yeah.
themselves.
So, Darcy, this brings in the exciting part. Um, we're going to do a season of beta testing.
Mhm.
Um, where we're going to bring in for a lower cost. We're going to bring in some real time data, some real time clients, and people who are like, I would like to be your beta tester. I want because the program is ready to go. We are super excited. We are logging our entire journey. So you're going to see notes from the coach. This is the coach's journey. This is what's happened in real time. You're going to see that in your curriculum. And that is ready to go. That is ready to go. We're going to require CGM. It's included in the price. We're going to include labs. That's included in the price. Okay. But we're going to run the first round of this as a beta test. So there's things that are in there that are going to change because you're going to come up with questions and you're going to come up with situations that we need to coach you through that may need to be in the actual program. So before we release the actual program, we're going to take a beta testing season, and we're only going to take a couple of clients because we want to get it right. So you're going to take a handful of clients. I'm going to take a handful of clients, and we're going to do a season of beta, and we're going to launch the program entirely by January. But we want to get a couple of rounds down with some people that are say, hey, I'm willing to be a part of the testing group, and we're going to do it for a reduced cost. So if that is you and you want to join the beta testing group, comment I'm ready in the comment section. Let us know. You can reach out to us at my email is monica@ketomomcoaching.com. Darcy's is darcy@ketomomcoaching.com. You can private message us. You can direct message us and say, hey, I'm interested in being the beta testing group. Again, it's going to be at a reduced cost. So things are going to be a little bit different when it comes to the coaching part because of the reduced cost. If you're ready just to jump in and you want to go full program, we're ready for you. But we want to offer this as a beta testing tool for our practice. So we're excited about that. We are super excited to see what happens. We've got one person right now that we're watching. I logged into her sugar numbers this morning, her glucose test. And this is a cool thing is when you put the CGM on, we see what you're doing live, and you just type in what you eat. At first, there's no macro tracking. It does matter how much you eat, right? So that's part of the coaching. Is we're seeing your weight come off, we're seeing your sugar numbers, we're seeing all that. Everything's fine. There's a point that you're probably going to need macros. There was a point in my journey that I needed macros. I needed to know how much to eat. You could be not eating enough. You could be eating too much, right? So those are the coaching things that we work with you each and every week on. But logged into her glucose, her glucometer, and watched her numbers just being steady. I know this client is losing weight. She's on track. Everything looks beautiful in this. There's going to be a time that I'm going to say, hey, babe, it's time to eat a potato. It's time to see what those glucose numbers really do. You do that under the supervision of coach. So you just don't go willy-nilly eating and testing things.
Yeah. And you can be doing the CGM on your own. There's so many programs out there. I think what separates this is the fact that you do have coaches that have data under their belt. They also have, we also have experienced our seasons before this. So we know that keto and carnivore work. We know that these forms of lifestyles work. We are just helping you get there faster, I think.
Right.
Being able to give you answers instead of being like, oh, well, why is it doing this?
Yeah.
We're able to give you answers faster.
Yeah.
And accountability. Like, I love that.
Oh yeah, it's priceless, and we're gonna watch lives change, and we're super excited. We want you to be metabolically healthy. We want you to take your numbers. We want you to heal, and we want you to have. We don't want you to be dependent upon pharma. Pharma is ready for you. Here's the other thing we're going to put in this program. We have never worked with GLP-1 clients to this extent before. I had a meeting with somebody who really, really impacted me, and it made me think. Our GLP-1 friends, do I support them? No. I support the people. Do I support GLP-1 medications? No. I would never, ever recommend this as your first line of defense. Is there a place for it? Perhaps. But what is happening now is not what's supposed to be happening. We have doctors and physicians who watch the weight loss of our clients and have the nerve to say, how about a shot? They're losing weight consistently and they still put the shot in. That's malpractice. GLP-1 is not being used as it's not being used correctly. The fact that my practice can prescribe these things should be illegal. I don't have a medical license. I don't see clients on that list it's like an MLM marketing tool.
Mhm.
To me, that's malpractice. However, there are people out there who have chosen this route. They've chosen a GLP-1, and my heart bleeds for them because 8 years later, I know how hard it is to keep that weight off. And either these clients are gonna be on a lifetime shot or they're going to gain the weight back. I'm not okay with that. I want, no matter what line of weight loss you choose, I want you to be able to keep it off. And so we are becoming GLP-1 friendly. We are becoming a support to those people who have chosen that with no judgment. Okay. If you're on it, there's a specific way that you need to live in order to keep that weight off. That's all we care about is how can we help you keep this weight off? How can we give you the victory that you want 8 years from now with not being on it? And so that is something that we're also going to include in the program. This specific program is GLP-1 friendly. Okay. You've got to let us know you're on it because we coach differently. Okay. But it's a passion of my practice, of your coaching, Darcy. It's a passion that these people keep that weight off. We don't want to see you regain the weight because when you regain the weight, it's harder to get it off. You can't just get on a GLP-1 again and take it off because your body has become adapted to it. It's just science. There's no emotion to that. It's just science. And so we want you to use it as a tool and to come off of it safely and keep that weight off. And so that is another announcement that we have today, that we are incorporating the GLP-1 program into ours. We don't prescribe it. We don't cheer for it, but we are going to make sure that you know how to keep that weight off.
Mhm.
So a lot of exciting things are happening. Again, if you want to become a part of the beta testing program, message us, okay, and let us know, and we will get back with you with all of the details on what it will entail. Any last minute thoughts or feelings or questions?
I always prepare for this question, but I'm always caught off guard because I think we've covered a lot today. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to try it. It's great. We're ready to go.
Yep. Yeah. So again, kmhealthcoaching.org is where you find our programs. We have not put our new program on there yet, so you have to privately message us if you want the CGM program. If you want to go around the beta program and have the full service program, you are welcome to do that. But you just have to message us and let us know that you are interested. Above all, we want you to change your mindset from I need to lose weight fast to I need to heal my body. Because if you do the second round, you do the latter of that, you're going to keep it off for the rest of your life. And then you're going to be telling the world how a healthy person really feels. We are here every Tuesday morning at 11 to 11:30. Today was 11:30 a.m. Subscribe to our channel if you would like to be notified when we go live. We also have a podcast that we have every Tuesday morning at, I think that comes out at 6 a.m., but it's called Beyond the Scale Weight Loss and Wellness, where Coach Darcy and I, either one of us has a show or we do a show together. But we are so thankful for you. And we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday morning at 11. We'll see ya.
Bye.
Hey, it's Coach Monica here. Guess what? If you're fed up with feeling stuck in your battle with weight or food, I've got something just for you. Check out our free Facebook groups. Over at Food Addiction and Recovery, I'm over there waiting for you. We're going to walk this journey together. It's about getting real, sharing our stories, and lifting each other up. We're in this together every step of the way. And if you're curious about changing your life with keto, the Weight Loss Project is where you want to be. Coach Darcy is amazing. And together, we're not just talking about losing weight. We're talking about finding a happier, healthier you. So, what do you say? Are you ready to join us? The links are in the show notes below, and I'm telling you, this is more than an invite. It is the start